Real conversations, real solutions, real success.
Success is my religion.
All right, we here once again on the porch. CJ, MT, the the chosen one, the success engineer.
Yeah.
We here today. What's our topic today?
Today our subject is, can loyalty help your success? When I thought about this last night, I thought about like how some people can see you rising up and you tell them like the same thing, like, hey, you can do this, or you can do this, and but they don't want to do it because of the risk, and then they feel like you're leaving them behind, but you're not leaving them behind. You're just moving forward. It's a crazy thing, but the word loyalty is flung around so much now, and there's not a whole lot of loyalty out there in the world right now. Not to me. Um, it's just, what's the definition of loyalty now? Because a lot of definitions that I grew up with and the success engineer grew up with have changed, obviously, um, and they don't mean the same. And I feel that's weird, um, as far as definition goes. But
Loyalty is the state of being faithful and devoted to a person, cause, or belief.
it really hasn't changed according to the dictionary. But the people in life that are exploiting this is crazy work, and I don't understand it. As far as I go, I'm loyal to a fault. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna be loyal to you if I feel a reason to be loyal to you, and I feel that you are being loyal to me. But that doesn't necessarily have to do anything with the relationship, because we're all in relationships somewhere in some form. Um, and I don't think people really understand that at all. But that's a different podcast.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. See, you got uh intimate relationship. You got a friendship. Uh, you got like familial relationships.
Yeah,
Uh, colleague relationship. Uh, all of those things takes loyalty and dedication to a specific goal.
yeah,
So um, when I look at it, I'm like, are you loyal to the goal that is in your mind? Like, what goal do you have for these specific relationships? Um, and the goal that I look at is like, I can't, I can't I can't, what's it called? There's, I can't control what another person does, but I can
yeah,
control how I show up.
yeah.
And that's how I keep decent relationships with everybody that I know, no matter what spec they are in that relationship spectrum.
uh,
I gotta think of these things because I don't have words for this stuff when I'm
no,
talking
but
about it.
no, the spectrum is something that everybody falls upon and under. And it's the level of loyalty that you have. Like, some people or persons will expect you to overdo things. But if you started out that relationship overdoing things or overcompensating or over anything, then that's going to be expected of you. Um, and I only subject myself to those type of enduring things if we've been rocking for like, I don't know, maybe all my life, or like we've been through some things and we've experienced things together. That depicts the loyalty that I have, and it should depict the loyalty you have towards me. As far as Loyalty to me, I sum it up to just being committed to excellence. I don't expect you to be loyal to me at all unless you're loyal to yourself. And I'll say this till I'm, well, not blue in the face because that means I'm dead. But I'll say this until I can't say it anymore. Being committed to excellence has everything to do with you and is a reflection of me. It's a reflection of people that you deal with because however great you treat yourself is however great you can treat someone else. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna treat yourself better than someone else. That doesn't have to be true. You could absolutely treat somebody like the world depends on it, but that depicts your relationship. I'm not saying that loyalty is something that has to happen, but it has to happen, or then you're being fake, and that's not good either. That's not a good sign, because certain people can call you out on it. Certain people can just be like, "Well, be fake with you," and I don't think anybody wakes up any type of day during the week and be like, "Hey, let's fake and see how far we can get." That's not it. So, as I was thinking about this loyalty thing, it derives a little bit deeper than I want to get into. But as far as success and you being successful, how does that help you? Because if you are helping somebody, you're committed to helping them. You're committed to seeing things through. You're committed to making sure that if somebody falls short, that you got it at least, or at least you're going to try to have it.
Are you talking about relationships? Is this
I'm talking as a whole,
okay?
because I mean everybody's in relationships, as I stated before, it's friendships, co-workerships, and all kinds of ships. But your loyalty level actually depends on you, or if I don't know if you like to match energy. Is that what the young kids do now? Match energy, then your loyalty matches whatever that person gives to you, which is remedial to me. But I respect it because in certain situations you have to sometimes match energy in order to either not get your feelings hurt or not subject yourself to pain and or letdownness. Um, I feel loyalty is something that you should have definitely with your family, blood related, non blood related. If you include them in your family, then your loyalty should be pretty high because you shouldn't want them to, you know, feel any kind of way towards you. You shouldn't feel any type of way towards them. So loyalty is very big in my world. Uh, as far as the reciprocation of it all, I mean that depends on, you can't control what people give you. I've said this several times to different people that whatever I give to you, I'm not necessarily hoping that you give it to me. Whatever you give to me is what you feel that you can give to me. Like if I give 85%, I don't expect 85% from you. I expect whatever you can muster up. I hope it's over 50% at least. That's half. But not everybody gets 85%. And sometimes,
Why do you give so much? Why would a person give so much
well,
and not expect nothing in return?
well, because that person's a giver and that person may care more than the person that they're giving the care to. Sometimes it's just not reciprocated. Sometimes what's your 50% may be my 85%, or what your 85% may be 25% for me. It just varies, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have the same type of feelings. It just means that that's the energy that you give off, and that's how comfortable you feel. reciprocating that, I guess. Um, Reciprocation is a very big word. It's a two-way street, obviously, and I say for the last couple of years, that's really what I've focused on uh, in my times of thoughts and travel is just relationships and how loyal they can be, or how loyal they cannot be. Um, you can be you can know somebody for a very very long time, and in one instance, a disagreement or a mishap can happen, and that relationship is gone. And I've already experienced that. Am I upset about it? Not really. I mean, I guess it took its toll, and the time is up. Sometimes you have to grow, and sometimes when you do grow, even in loyalty, it helps you leave that situation because you're growing. It means that you're manifesting up in a trajectory of all the way upness, I like to say. And sometimes it's not for everybody. So sometimes you have to leave people behind, not necessarily like that and like figuratively, but sometimes things that you decide to do in life or the direction you choose is not for everybody that you're associating with at the time. So then if they're mature enough, they understand they can take a step back, or if they're just don't understand or makes everything about themselves, then you have that situation. Um, I'm loyal to a fault, so um,
Do you think that hurts people to be loyal to a fault?
yeah, it can definitely get you hurt if you're loyal to a fault, because you're loyal to a fault for a situation. Like you could be loyal to like a family member because that's your blood and that's probably what you feel like you should be doing. But that's not always the case. I have people that I associate with that I consider family. We are not blood. So the more people that you have in a family oriented group that you consider family, the better off you'll be. Besides just having your family, and you can have a large family, you can have a small family, but I think that your character and like the person that you are as a person depicts how wide your base is, if you will. There's a lot of individuals that are just individuals. They don't have a family, or they don't have wives or cousins or whatever the case may be. They just rocking by themselves, and they're cool with that. Um, those people tend to be on the outside mentally strong, strong in some will or some way, but you don't necessarily know what's going down beneath the surface, and that's also a different podcast. But loyalty,
it ain't a different podcast. Just
it
go
is
into it. Like
it is a different
if
podcast
it's
because
relatable,
it's
like if it's relating to what.
yeah, but it can be relatable, then it can be redundant at the same time because you can be blind loyal, like just be loyal to a fault and just I mess with them, they mess with me. No, not necessary. So
Well, as you get older, you gotta evaluate the people that you're around. Like most people, successful people have a limited friend group that they are absolutely loyal to, I guess you would say.
yeah,
Like I'm loyal to my acquaintances. I guess there's levels to to it.
yeah, to your
Um,
loyalty.
eh,
Yeah.
but I'm consistent. So consistent being that like I'm consistent with my friendships and the relationships that I have to acquaintance, which are my friends because we've been around each other for a long. So I'm just thinking about my the group fitness people that I've been around. Like anytime that they want to do something that, like the people I started group fitness with.
Yeah.
Like anytime they have a get together and they be like, "Oh, Michael, you should come," or just my friends that I went to college with. Hey, I'm having a birthday party or for my daughter or something, and they invite me. Then I'll make sure that I try to go, especially if
Yeah.
I have it the date in advance. And my best friend from grad school, him and his wife, they do a good job of of giving me stuff in advance. So I'm like, all right, I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
if I ain't got nothing going on in the calendar, if I put you on, or if you give me enough time, I'll put it on the calendar. And especially if like it's around here, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get there.
I'm gonna make
And
an
then
appearance.
like the group fitness people, we had the first annual work hard cookout provided or by the Face Productions LLC.
Yeah. Very
And
successful.
like all those people, like I show up, like I don't necessarily know them a lot outside of my group fitness classes, but they're I don't want to call them they're friends,
Yeah.
but my I show up when I'm consistent. Like I said, if you invite me to something, I'm going.
Yeah.
No matter what. Somebody invites me one time, like I'll just show up. I don't have to know anybody there. I just have to know one person or whatever, whoever it is. I'm showing up. If they have I've always been like that because, like, I mean, it's easier for me to go from uh place to place because I don't have any family or anything like that. So I can easily. It's just one of me. So if you invite me, like I'm not worried about kids and having.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about all that. So um, when and like I said, like I'm consistent with going to things that people invite me to because that's reciprocated in the love that I get back, the loyalty that I get back.
Yeah.
Like when I do have like most of the people that bought my book were people from group fitness classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
there's been a couple of randoms and
that's a
stuff.
foundation for you right there.
Right.
Which is the level of loyalty that you have. See, it's a spectrum of loyalty, and depending on what group you're with, or if you grew up together, or if you met through work. There's several cool people I know just from other aspects. I know Mike from the gym, and we've come up with this podcast that we've taken upon ourselves to try and broadcast. I don't know why I messed up that word, but it's just for me, my loyalty in our relationship depicts on how far you want to go and how much we interact. Um, I just came from a bachelor party. My little cousin's getting married in August. Shout out to him and his future wife and all my family out in North Carolina and friends.
You need to speak up a little bit.
Okay, my bad. But we had a conversation about 2-3 in the morning. Don't judge me. We were drinking. And we talked about a little bit of loyalty, and they know they can guarantee that I will be there no matter the distance because I want to be present. I mean, just because you move away doesn't mean that I can't be a part of something, even though I don't live there. I might live there in the future. Don't know, but my loyalty is great. I don't take my relationships for granted of any how big or small it is. I treasure all of them because I treasure knowing that person. Because if you know somebody great, I know this guy, he does great things. He's a great minded person that has wonderful ideas that he is going to project on you guys, and you guys are going to suck it up, and it's going to make your life better because you listened. That's the type of loyalty I'm with. Whatever you decide you want to do, I'm going to be supportive in it. now I'm also a loyal person to where if you come up with an idea and it doesn't make sense, I'm gonna be the person that tells you it doesn't make sense, and then you'll explain it to me, and hopefully I come around to seeing what the vision that you see. But regardless of the fact,
And oftentimes you don't really see a vision, or you can't really see somebody else's vision because everybody has their own perspective. So even if you have a good, if I have a good vision for myself, or a good vision for, or not even good, even if I have a vision for myself, I may not necessarily be able to explain it to another person just because I have a different perspective than they
yeah.
do. Because I've fallen into that. Because I had a conversation with one of my group fitness participants, and she only goes to the gym just to take my cycle class for 30 minutes a week. And I'm like, girl, just give up your member, like just uh discontinue your membership. Like, you paying $55 a month to come to
Oh,
my class for, like that's the membership prices over there. So I'm like,
yeah. Planet
she's like, I
Fitness.
just come to your class only, and I'm like, don't do that. But she used to be a teacher and is is working in education in a different way. So she works in the healthcare system, and then her job is to uh, get interns from a high school and train them, and
Oh,
so they intern at the hospital.
yeah.
And
Okay.
so we had a long discussion about uh, like what it is that I do, what it is that she does, what we see as far as education is concerned, whether it's poor people, whether it's rich people, whether it's black, white, Asian, Hispanic, all of the things. That she's a white girl, so, but she's the one that told me that she was like, the system is rigged. And I was like, oh yeah. And she told me how she thought the system was rigged. She was like, when she was trying to get out of teaching, she uh, applied to like 200, 300 places and only got a handful of interviews. And finally she was like, if a white girl is saying that the system is rigged, then it's really rigged. And
Really rigged.
you know what I mean? And it's, and a lot of people, and I think we probably need to go through this again, or not again, but like go through all of the sayings of that we have here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, is who you know.
Oh yeah.
Like we we we
Get
throw
in
that
while you fit
around.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
We throw these phrases around like it's law or something, and maybe it's who you know and what you know. Like I said,
Yeah. Nice combo kit
uh,
right there.
work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
That people say that all the time. Like, why are we just saying it and acting like that is the
We're not
law? It's not,
executing them.
huh?
They're not executing them.
But I'm saying, like, it's not all the way right though,
No, it's not all the way right.
because it's right for some people, but if a poor person says work smarter, not harder, like, you probably need to work harder too. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
that's different to me. Like that's, and we have all of these sayings, is what I'm saying. But as far as success is concerned and loyalty is concerned, like, we gotta get our minds correct in what we want. Like, you need to be loyal to uh, who you want to be when you get um, older, and that loyalty comes first. And how I want to project myself and to other people
Yeah.
is what I'm loyal to. So when somebody asks me to go to somewhere, I'm going. If somebody asks me to go to an event, I'm going. I've always been that way because, like, I want somebody to come to my event
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
I want somebody to support me one day, and
Yeah.
I've always been there to support. I volunteer. People ask me to volunteer. and and that's what I'm loyal to. So back to the conversation I was having with the young lady. Um, she asked me like, what is the next step? And like, I don't necessarily know. And the vision that I have for me, I can't really explain. Like, I know there's steps that I need to take. I know there's different opportunities that I need to start pursuing,
Yeah.
avenues and stuff.
Execution.
Yeah, I need to start executing, and that's all I said to her, because she was like, "So what's the next step for you?" She was like, "I'm all excited to. I want to go to your summer camp, and and I want to do this." And I was like, "You excited just because I explained it? Like what my ultimate goal was to fund and run a life prep program for disadvantaged student athletes. That's so that's the overall vision that I have." And people can see the vision because I've worked on the clarity, and that's
Yeah.
what you learn in nonprofit management and recreation administration. You have to have a mission statement, and that's the mission statement, or not a mission statement, but yeah, that's my goal. You have to have a clear goal in what you want to do and be loyal to that goal. So if my goal is to fund and run a life prep program for disadvantaged student athletes, I have to understand what that means, and what's the person that I need, who is the person that I need to be to get to that step. And um, there's a lot of work that comes into that, and people don't understand the work that, and maybe they see something in me that I don't. Maybe they see that I'm already that person, so you need to just go do it. But like, I can't. I don't know. I think there's more steps, but maybe it's not more steps. But the real thing is, like, I need the money. I need people. I need to be independently wealthy because of the fact that I want to do it my way and not be just dependent on funds from somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to host a barbecue every year as a fundraiser. Maybe that is a part of the life prep program,
Yeah.
that we do a fundraiser, but it's not dependent on whether I get these funds or not. I need that thing to run consistently over and over and over again, because there's a whole bunch of NAIA Division 3,
Oh yeah.
whoever, athletes that are not going pro, because we know 99% of y'all are not going pro, and that's gonna be one of my little books, my children's books. You ain't going pro, or your child ain't going pro.
I'm going to draw the characters because that's going to be super fun.
But that's my vision. I'm loyal to that, and I'm loyal to a fault, because like, maybe I love the journey that I'm on. uh I want to speed it up, but that costs money.
Yeah.
Not it costs money, but like, I want to make money. I want to have $1 million in my bank account. I want to be able to do the things that I want to do. I want to be able to live where I want to live, and drive the things that I want to drive. And that sounds esoteric or whatever, because we talk about that stuff all the time, but like, at some point in time, you have to think about those things, and you have to try to pursue those things, and it activates something in you sometimes when your heart is pure and loyal to the goal. The goal is to help all of these young people, and to help them in all different aspects. It's not just student athletes. People want me to just pick a realm. I'm like, well, I don't care who they are. I've done everything, as
Yeah.
far as academics, personal, professional, all of that stuff. Athletics, I've done all of that stuff. So any kid that comes by me, I'm like, hey, what we doing? Like, because we gotta have a plan. You gotta have a strategy,
You do
and
have to
I
have a
provide the strategy.
It's a good strategy too.
And people don't, like, it's malleable. It's something that you can take and say, this is what I know about myself. It's a self evaluation. It's a circumstance evaluation assessment tool, that a strategy that you can use with everything that you do, every little thing in the relationships. Whether you gotta evaluate if somebody is loyal to you. you can't just be giving people tests and stuff. Like you just have to know it. Like I know CJ's loyal to me, and we're loyal to each other because when we want to do something, he asks me if I want to do something. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? And we show up for each other. You can evaluate your relationship with other people if they show up, like if they show up for you, and not just in your time of need or anything like that.
That's very important. Like you have to be all around a go-getter, a loyalty type person. You can't just be there in times of need or when you are in need yourself. I said loyalty is a two-way street, just like everything else in life. And if you only want to come halfway down the street, I'll see you on the corner. We'll wave at each other. You see what I'm saying?
Like it ain't no hard feelings.
No, it ain't gonna be no hard feelings. It's just that's just where you at. Like I said, I give you 85%. You may give me 50. You may give me 25. You may give me 35. You may give me 100. I may be the person that's lacking in the percentage column. But the fact of the matter is that in order for you to be loyal to somebody, you have to be loyal to yourself first. And a lot of people I feel are not loyal to themselves, or they might go through some things that really let them down, or they go through something in life and they are looking for certain people to be their backbone or be their support, and it's not reciprocated. That's a hard pill to swallow, especially if you're going through stuff and you need people. And at the end of the day, that's just life. Everybody has their circle of friends or the circle of trust. I got that from a movie, which I still find hilarious. But it's a real life value, and I hope that you have your circle of trust, your circle of friends. You have that foundation that you can build upon, and if you're bold and you are that guy or that woman, and you project yourself out there, or you have an idea, that I hope that your ideas are not laughed at. I hope that they are discussed, and sometimes you put out ideas just to see who else has the same type of idea, who else can garner that and add to it. Because you don't necessarily have to do things alone. Sometimes you will end up doing things alone, but
most of the time, if you want something highly something out there, like you're gonna have to do most of that stuff alone, because the most of the work is the work you need to be to get that, is developing the person inside of you to get that goal. And that's why I don't think people really understand that aspect of it. It's a lonely journey. People always say it's a lonely journey, and I ain't never really realized that until I was like, shoot, I'm reading books in my bed. I'm doing stuff on my own. Like I had to go. When somebody asked me to volunteer, I had to deem it necessary, deem it worthy, or going to school, going to college. Like I had to deem it worthy of me sitting in each one of those classes. I had to deem it worthy for putting my money or getting the student loans to get the degree. I had to deem it worthy. I had to deem the degree worthy of me getting, so that I can do something else. The problem is now is that we're not valuing the process. We're valuing the return on investment.
Oh, the end result.
The end result.
Yeah.
But if I would have never went through that process, that individual process, I would have never been in the position that I'm in right now, because you looking at the person that didn't get it, didn't get the return on investment, didn't get the return on the work, didn't get return on the job, the money, nothing. I didn't get the return. So that can make you jaded. I might be jaded, but if I don't see the results, which a lot of people, I didn't have the expectations of super outland. Like I wasn't expecting $100,000, but I was expecting $50,000. But when I got $24,000, that's that's something that's a
Yeah,
little different.
a little different.
You know what I mean? And that's
Project changes.
right.
Yeah.
Your mindset changes. Your perspective changes, and yeah, I'm bitter. Yeah, like when I say I won't lose, like that's what I go back to. When I had that mentality, when I put in all this work, and then I see a dude that's standing across from me that has a pot belly and only plays basketball like twice a week. Like I'm not losing to you if I put in 16 hours in the gym every week. I'm not about to lose to you. So I'm gonna do everything in my power mentally. And he didn't even play college basketball.
No, he's
You
doing it
think
for
I'm about to
fun.
lose?
He's doing it for fun. Yeah.
Right? And they want to compete with me.
Well,
We're not on the same level, and I'll make sure that we not on the or we not on the same level. So I'm gonna dominate this realm. So that's what I need to do is I need to embrace. I have embraced it, but like I ain't fully embraced it with the internet community like we are now. Like I'm about to go ham on it. Like I got all of the accolades, the credentials to do whatever I want, and that's what made me jaded is because I didn't get to do what I want. You know, I wanted to be a academic advisor in my city. That's all I wanted to do. Academic advisor ain't a super prestigious job. That's all I wanted to do, but I never got that opportunity. Like I never was able to get a job in that field because I was like, I know how to navigate this whole process. Like, how hard could it be to be an academic advisor for somebody going through the same process that I went through? So, not getting what you want is a part of that. You have to be loyal to the ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal, once you are in it and that journey, it changes your mentality. Because my mentality was like, oh, I'm gonna just get a job, I'm gonna live a decent life and be good. No. Now I don't trust the system. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't trust the
Well,
system. I'm not dependent on the system
it's not
because
designed for us.
it wasn't designed for us
Yeah.
anyway. And then
So,
the girl said it's a scam.
yeah, it really is.
And that's what I'm like. All right, so I knew it, but I still have to do the work. And what the y'all young people don't understand is that we have the ability to get education now, whether it's formal education, which is going to college, going to post secondary, whatever,
Yeah.
or the internet is, or just reading books and stuff. That is totally available to us. But if you look in our past, it was not available to us. But when black people got the ability to learn and get formal degrees and stuff like that, it was a lot of them becoming doctors. Like,
Yeah. Like
like
they went all the way.
they went all the way.
Commitment all the way.
But now we have the ability to, and now we don't because society has said that it's not worth it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's difficult. Like who wants to go 7 years to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, and then you come out and then you get like a low entry job. You don't get to just be super lawyer as soon as you get that degree.
Right.
You still gotta find a job. You gotta find somebody who wants to accept you, and then you gotta work up that run.
Yeah, because it still takes work after you get a degree. But what I'm saying is that we're keeping it short in ourselves. So I look at it as like my ancestors, my relatives and ancestors didn't get the opportunity that I have. But what they did do was work. And that's what they passed along. It's called epigenetics. And they usually associate it with trauma being passed along, trauma and behavior passed along. But what if there's a good part of the epigenetics? Epigenetics is if trauma can be passed on, good stuff can be passed on. So I just looked at
stuff.
the positive. The positive is that our ancestors worked from sun up to sundown. all day long. You don't think you can do that?
I know you can do it.
I do it. You know what I mean?
I know you can do it. I know if I
but
can
but
be
we can do that, but we not doing it though. We expecting the most by not doing it. And this is what a lot of people outside our community are talking about, which they can't because of the past traumas that we have had.
Yeah.
Y'all can't tell us what to do anyway, or y'all can't analyze us like that because you put us in this predicament. But the 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 work ethic is passed along, and I think that we need to tap into that work, and that's why the work hard philosophy is so special, is because we got to work smarter and work harder. Our ancestors were working harder with less benefit at the end. Now we're not working as hard. We're trying to work smarter, but like we still not getting the benefit at the end because we're wasting the time. Our young years, 15 to 25, we wasting that time on doing nothing. We partying like we got hundreds of thousands of dollars in our pocket, or our parents is gonna leave us something, which they not, because we don't got it like that. There's a 200-year wealth gap between white and black people. 200 years, that'll never be caught up
It'll
in
never
our
be
lifetime.
caught up as long as the ringmaster is controlling the destiny.
And we're not even blaming that. I'm just saying, if we understand that fact that we 200 years behind, we got to start doing something different. Like whether it's the ringmaster that's controlling it, we can do stuff. We ain't learning the things. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I understand that there's every kind of ism that's out there, but now like we can learn. We can read books, but we not doing it.
We can
though.
do a lot of things that we have access to that we just don't want to partake in.
And that's what I'm getting at, right?
So basically we have people that just
we got learned helplessness.
Can I have this?
Yeah. And that's what I'll be saying about like scholarships and stuff. And when I was at the two different conferences last couple weeks, and people were like, "Oh, we need scholarships, and we need to get our students into these programs and trades and this and that for free." And I'm like, "It's gonna cost something.
It's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost something
time,
out of
money,
your pocket."
energy.
Yeah, or if it don't cost nothing out of your pocket, you're going to be dependent on somebody else's pocket. And then who has control in that situation, in that relationship?
The pocket
and you're going to be loyal to the person that...
Loyal to a pocket.
Yeah, and usually the pocket ain't in your best interest.
You want to do what now?
Right.
No, it's not in the pocket.
Right. And you see it in our athletes and entertainers. They can only speak out so much before they get hit in their pockets.
Yeah, they shut down.
Colin Kaepernick, he got shut down because you know what I mean. So and then it trickled down. But if every black NBA player or NFL player just was like, nope, we ain't doing it. We gonna go build our own. They wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't. That's a revolutionary act in itself. Like that's a revolutionary act that ain't nobody ever seen before. All the athletes, you know, they got enough money to
they do got enough money
to take care of, huh?
If they all pull their money together, it just I would say even 10%. I don't know why I'm on this, but I'm on a 10% thing. If you just give me 10%, I don't mind doing the 90, because 10% is a lot of commitment, depending on the amount. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I guess I'm stuck on 10% is because that was embedded in my head when I was going to church. Pastor 10%, tithes is 10%. So 10%, depending on what it is, could be a lot or a little. You don't know until you commit to it. And for me, you know, there's a lot of things I had to unlearn as I got older, because, you know, I started to, you know, take it upon myself to learn things for myself, because I like to not do trends, because I don't do trends. I don't follow what's popular because I know it's going to be done in 30 days to 60 days.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be stuck with all this stuff that I've took upon myself to learn. That's remedial to me. But, sometimes people get in to fit in. I'm not one of those people that get in to fit in. I've never been that type of person.
Yeah, it's that I don't that's what's been hard about me and being on the internet and stuff. Like I'm not trying to do no dance trends. I'm not trying to do I'm not trying to do what everybody else is doing. So if I have to sit here and just talk, because y'all need to listen,
Yeah.
because there's nothing else for me to do.
And it's going to benefit you to listen. Just like I say it like this in a perspective, and probably we can wrap this up. You know how you have your parents, and as you grow old, they teach you things. Your grandparents teach you things. Your aunts, your uncles, even your older cousins. Sometimes, if you have that type of family, they teach you things. They're teaching you things to help you build and become a better person for the future.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, not.
Hopefully, yeah. Because people, I tell you, like a lot of people, you got to look at people's lives. If they are living the life that you would consider um, valuable or worthy,
Yeah.
because like there's not a lot of advice that I'm going to take from somebody. They have to at least be knowledgeable about what they're saying. If I look at your life and I evaluate and it ain't knowledgeable, I don't see where you got the knowledge from. I'm questioning it,
Yeah.
and you should question that as a part of the loyalty. Like, are you loyal to who I'm trying to become? Are you giving me valuable information?
Are you supportive of the things that I come to you with? In order for you to be supportive, you have to understand where a person is coming from. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the circle that you have is supposed to be able to take the information that you give and say, "Hey, I have this idea," and they're supposed to interject. No.
They are, but like people don't like
Well,
because they
no,
don't
they
know.
don't. Well, sometimes they feel that if they say what they feel or how they feel, that they may lose a friendship. I've never been that type of person. I mean, you
Yeah,
can you can be upset and you can go sit in the corner for 2 weeks and then come talk to me later when you get over it. I'm still gonna have the same opinion. I'm not gonna change, and I think that um, for the most part in this world that in society that we have, there's a lot of people that are people pleasers, and there's a lot of people that are people teasers. You see what I'm saying? So whichever one you are, just choose a side. But regardless of the fact, your loyalty is going to be judged by somebody, somehow, some way, whether you like it or not, or even know about it. And that's unfortunate, but the main key that you need to be is you need to be committed to yourself. If you're loyal to yourself, you can't lose because unfortunately, unless they start doing some technology things with AI, the casket is only built for one person, and that's for you. So if you go through life trying to make everybody else happy, and there's nothing wrong with that because some people fall on those cinemations, but who's making you happy at the end of the day? And if it's not you, if you're not your number one fan, then that's a big problem.
yeah. I say scrutinize everybody, everything, and everybody. Like, when I say scrutinize it means just evaluate everything. Is it good for me? This is what I when I made my change in my ultimate mindset was it was either you with me or against me, and I go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated.
Oh, I like that. I live
So,
by that. Yeah.
so if you go where you celebrate and not where you tolerate it, then you're gonna put yourself in position to be successful. Um,
Definitely.
you got to evaluate and scrutinize, either you with me or against me. So if somebody's always bringing you negative information, like, or negative uh, things, telling you negative news and all of this stuff. Oh, I don't. It this might be bad news. Like, if every time I talk to you is like that, like, I got like, you not with me. Like, you might be against me because
You
you
might
want to
not want
bring
to see me win.
right.
You
That's
just
what I'm saying.
you're
Like,
telling me in subtle ways. Hey,
yeah, I don't want to
don't do
see.
this. This will
and
get you this.
and
Like, oh,
and some
really?
people just have the thought process of they don't want to see you win because of the fact that they it goes against their beliefs on how you're going about it. So that's another thing that I in my change in mindset. Don't judge me by your beliefs. Judge me by who I am. And if because I got a friend that, like, he we never believed uh, our our values and beliefs have never really been the same as far as where we went to church or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
so, like, I was like, are you judging me based off of your beliefs, or are you judging me based off of who I am? Because I'm your friend, being your friend for almost 20 years. Like, why am I your friend if we never had these same beliefs anyway? Obviously, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
So am I a good person, or do you want me to do these things because of your beliefs? Because they might not be good for me, and maybe I do need to go this way. And he had to come to that understanding that this is the way I need to go. Like, you're not going to change that.
No.
And especially, I still evaluated, I still scrutinized him, and if I have more knowledge in a certain area than him, then I'm gonna follow my own sword than his sword.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. Scrutinize everything. Either you with me or against me. I didn't put that stuff in the book because I didn't know how to really explain it. But either you with me or against me. There's only there's only four ways you can be with me. One way you can be against me. So you can be a fan. No, you can be a cheerleader. You know, cheerleaders, they cheer for all the sports.
Yeah.
They don't
Go
have
team.
they're loyal
Yeah.
to their school, their sport, or, their team or whatever. But in high school, like, the cheerleaders cheered at everybody's sport. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they not necessarily bringing you in anything negative. They're still cheering you, supporting you, whatever. They just not might be surface level. Fans are there. They with you. They support you. They'll spend money to come see you. They'll take time out of their day. Like, they're there. They're loyal.
Yeah.
Then you could be a teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Teammates are there with you. They go through the struggles. They have the same goals as you, and they want the same outcomes. Then you got coaches. Coaches are, those people that are a little bit further along than you. They have a little bit more knowledge. They can pour into you. They have a goal for you to better yourself, or they have the same goal and want you to do better.
Yeah.
And the only way you can be against me is if you hinder my success in any way.
Oh.
So that's either you with me or against me. So if you evaluate somebody could be just a cheerleader, like, hey, go Michael, go CJ. They can be just a cheerleader, but they don't never bring anything negative to you. They
Yeah.
don't. They
And I
don't.
appreciate it.
Right. So,
Please
but
do.
they could be a fan, and then they could come to your cookout,
Even
and
more appreciate.
right. So, or they could be a teammate. We could be sitting here together. We could be doing stuff together. We could go through the same struggles,
See
have
you at
some of the
practice.
same goals, uh, and or they could be a coach, like somebody that is a little bit further along, a little bit more knowledgeable.
Got
They could still
experience.
be a peer.
Yeah.
They could still be a peer, and but if anything, anybody that's coming with any negativity towards you or not positive stuff, um, you against me. Like that's simple. Just go. I'm not telling you to just come at me with all positivity. Like you ain't. This ain't all of that. But like
Constructive criticism,
constructive criticism can
non
be.
in a non-hating form, if you will. Uh, I,
That's a coach that you fall into the category of coach if you give me
yeah.
constructive criticism.
Well, yeah.
So, but if you don't have no knowledge in that aspect, then
You just
then,
talking.
then you just bring in negativity because you don't really want the best for me. So,
And that's bad news space.
right.
Yeah,
So you hindering my success. So you better off just leave me alone.
Get out of here. Get the bricks.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I recently had a birthday, so I feel like my mentality has kind of changed for the better. Um, and that's what I'm rolling with. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel great. I feel like I have a lot of excitement ahead of me. I'm going to experience a lot of things. I'm going to do a lot of things. I'm going to accomplish a lot of things. And I follow this thing, Wealth, through um, Instagram, and it tells me that like Sam Walton didn't start Walmart until he was like 40, and he's a billionaire, 10 times over. His family's a billionaire. So it doesn't matter when you start. If you have an idea and you're aggressive about chasing your dreams, and you can make an achievement, and as long as you actively try to attempt to get to where you want to go, you're a dreamer. You're a person that's going to follow what you need to do. And for me, that's being committed to excellence. Because you have something that you want to do, you have an achievement. It may be an idea that somebody's already come up with that you put a spin on. But regardless of the fact, it'll be yours, and it'll be yours alone, and you can take credit for it. And people that are supportive of you, the 4 pillars of life, and then the hater, get it out of here. And as I say at all the ends of our podcast, be all the way up, be committed to excellence, and do what you're supposed to do.
And do the work. Work smarter and work harder. It's the work hard philosophy for individual achievement. That's the only thing I know.
That's what works for us.
People, y'all, y'all don't understand. It all takes. That's what I be saying on all the podcasts. It takes work, and the reason why I put in the work, as the main source is that, like I said, my ancestors worked. They worked without any benefit. You deserve it if you put in the work. Good people that put in work deserve even more, I think, and the work that you put in is all that you got. And what you want to do is take out all the emotion to it. Like it like this is not. I'm looking at Instagram reels and stuff of people, highly successful people. They talk about manifestation and writing it down, and that's a part of it.
Yeah.
That's a part of it, but it takes work, and
commitment,
especially if you ain't got nobody behind you. If you ain't have no success in your family, like we'll be doing a video of the interview that I had with the lady from Hallmark, right? It, she had all kind of people in her past that were highly successful. So like that's a tradition. That's
that's something that's passed down.
Yeah,
you see it, you want to emulate.
Yeah. So and they were highly successful and monetarily successful at the same time. So that helps out with your ability to explore. When you don't have nobody behind you that is as when they just took care of your basic needs all the way up until you left the house, like that's a hard, like you got to have a strategy and you got to put in work, and it's not just a act of manifestation. That's for rich people. That's for people that that you didn't just manifest this stuff. You had to work for it, and
Yeah.
most of us are going to be self-made, and a lot of people think they're self-made, but they had people come before them to set them up for even more. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I fully support that. So, but we have to understand that it's going to take a little bit longer for somebody that doesn't have it like that. And I fully support, utilizing the resources that you have, your family and stuff like that. But not everybody has it like that. We like to look at the 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 ultimate successes, those people that have millions of dollars and stuff like that, and they're doing all these business ventures. Yeah, you can do all those business ventures if you
Yes.
came into $1 million in 1 year. Like
Yeah.
who's gonna say that they came into $1 million in 1 year? And yeah, you're gonna be and multiple years after that. Yeah, Shaq is gonna have 125 businesses. Yeah, Shaq is gonna be able to buy Reebok. Yeah, because he made 32 million in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like you have money to burn.
And
Like you have money to fail on. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, and also speaking of Shaq, he already had connections or some type of involvement before he became the forefront of these companies. Now I
No,
don't know.
he was an NBA player.
He
No,
was, but he
you
had a shoe deal with Reebok.
but that's what I'm saying. He's an NBA player in general. Like
Yeah.
who are you an NBA player?
No,
Exactly. So
I'm not a player of any sort.
we saw that yesterday. That's
Those were new games. There's no practice.
but what I'm saying is that like
Yeah, his resources are different than ours.
yeah,
We
totally.
had to buy in, and he just like, no, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's a different, and that's why we got to scrutinize things. Like there's another guy with a felt. Hey, we got to get off here because my battery is like on 5%. But a financial guy, and he was like, yeah, I used to live in South Central LA and this and that, but his mom bought houses and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
y'all
He had a blueprint right in front of him.
right. And then I love Gary Vee, and I love, like, I listen to his stuff to get me motivated, push me to do all of the things and stuff like that. But Gary Vee's dad owned a liquor store, like, and he talks about, and I don't know when his dad owned the liquor store, what year he was in his life, but he talks about how did I know how to go and have a lemonade stand, and then I hired my friends to work the lemonade stands, and I went and posted the lemonade signs around the thing. Why did I do that? And I was like, was your dad owner of a of a liquor store? Like, you kids pick up on things that
kids definitely pick up on things,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, come on
the,
now,
the
like
power of advertisement.
I know, and if you're in the liquor store and you see your dad doing this, you're gonna pick up.
Oh, look, my dad's on the billboard.
Yeah.
I do want to go to the store and buy some candy. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, but I mean, it just didn't come to you, and yeah, if anybody has done it before you, you can do it. But always look at their routes, and I'm not saying that you can't own different things and stuff, but like it's gonna take some time, and you gotta really become a person. And usually we need to we need to work a 9 to 5 at the same time, because we disrespecting education, we disrespecting the 9 to 5, we disrespecting all of the things that we need to help us get to the next step, and I don't like that, because those are the things that are going to propel us to ultimate success. Like my 9 to 5 is providing me money. The Uber drivers provide me money. The group fitness is providing me money, network, and keeping a little bit of shape and round shape now. But but that's what. So it takes work, and um, don't don't be discouraged by if it even takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's
No.
all I got. So let us go out with our theme music, and we'll holler at you next time. Be
All right.
loyal to yourself. Be loyal to those that are around you that you should be loyal to, and don't be loyal to BS.
Don't do it.
I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. My mind focused, I'm motivated, I'm prepared to beat that charge. My hands up above the restricted area, he OC, that's a charge. They leasing, they renting, my shit paid for. What they charge ain't nothing for you to go out here and go get us on one route. Gotta be able to work hard. I'm up late nights, early mornings. I don't watch too much TV, so they already performing. You keep them thoughts, I have no time for them. Solid cats and out rock for them. So much tension in these streets, everybody can't heat. Ready to settle petty beef, and I'm telling them cowards gonna be aiming at me. Before they see me retreat, I'ma make them believe that I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to see, I'm out the door, it's time to get it. Say you ready to work, and let's get it. If you paper chasing, I'm with it. Early in the morning, I'm talking about fitness, suit and ties, I'm all up at my business. Time to change your way of living. If you want it bad enough, go and get it. You don't need nobody else tell you go and get it. Work hard, look in the mirror, the reflection is you. You don't like the current stats now, what you gonna do? Everybody got a point, but I got nothing to prove. Everybody got a side, but you never hear the truth. Look at me, I know I go hard. I made a decision that ain't for the stars. I'll be up grinding while they stay sleeping. My life's a place, telling them to work hard. I've been patient, waiting, God know it. My time's coming, I know it. When you working hard, you ain't gotta show it. You know I'm hot and I know it. I took the game with a shot, that was yesterday. I ran 2 miles, that was yesterday. I started 3 classes, that was yesterday. I'm going hard, I promise, then yesterday I work hard. I ain't got no time for no games. I ain't got no time to be playing. I ain't got no time for no social media, no tag me and nothing. I ain't any of your games. And Facebook, I call it fake book. Your friends list, that's what snakes look like. You don't know my passion, just know I'm active. Went back to school and I got my master. I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard.